There it is. There's the menu. Okay. I'll hang on a second. Okay, the first thing we're going to see is anybody else have a question? Okay, the first thing we're going to see is make yourself at home then. First thing you're going to see is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers intro, the classic intro. This is from, I believe, the 3rd season, because Lord Zedd is in there, and then the 3 new Power Rangers are in this. So this is from the 3rd season, and do we have lots of sound? Okay, we got sound, we got picture. We should good to go. Here we go. If you notice, they had a section where Lord Zedd puts his scepter forward. They could have put my name in the opening credits. They really should have. But their policy was to keep the voiceover people very low key. That's been the policy of most shows. Maybe the exception is The Simpsons. But you don't really, anybody recognize the gal who plays Bart Simpson on the street if you saw her? Not too many people see it, so they keep them low key. But she's done some film and TV work, so what's her name? What's her name? Nancy. Okay, any questions? Yes, sir.
What was it like working with the voice actor for Goldar? I feel like he was pretty intense.
Oh, Kerrigan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kerrigan's great. Kerrigan, we do conventions together sometimes. We'll be doing, of course, Power Morphicon in August in Los Angeles. We'll all be there. And, yeah, Kerrigan is a good friend of mine. He lives up in Santa Cruz, which is north of Los Angeles. So I don't get to see him too much outside of the convention thing. But we see each other at the conventions pretty often, like 6 times a year or something like that. So we stay in touch. Yes, ma'am.
Did you guys do the voices together, or was it everyone came in separately and recorded?
Everyone came in separately and recorded for the most part. There was one exception. We did the live show. Does anybody remember the live show? I'm surprised. I think you'd have to be a little older to remember the live show. There was a live show that went out, 2 separate casts. One went to the eastern part of the U.S., one went to the western part of the U.S. with a 2-hour live show that was all pre-recorded. The Power Rangers, they hired dancers to play the Power Rangers, and they always wore helmets. So, and they pantomimed talking, and all the talking was pre-recorded on the soundtrack, including Lord Zedd. So, I started that thing. I had half the dialogue in the whole show. And for that session that we did it in one 12-hour session, and everybody, the whole cast, sat in a circle with the microphones and music stands, and we got through the script, boom, 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 beginning to end. That's the only time we were all together in the studio. Yeah. So it's pretty dry, you know. You just go in and do line after line after line after line. And sometimes, if you're in a hurry, they won't even tell you what the hell the episode is about. Unless you're really interested. I used to insist on knowing what the hell was going on, so I knew what I was talking about, and it shows in the work. Another question? Yes, sir.
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Were you in that one, or
The movie?
yeah?
Oh yeah.
And like, how fun was that? Like, were you also alone in the booth, or were you together with the other?
We did the movie at 20th Century Fox, which was different. We used to do the show at Saban Studios up in Agora. No, it's not called Agora. Oh, gee, I'm spacing out. Valencia, which is up north by Magic Mountain. It's north of Los Angeles, about 40 minutes. But for the movie, we went to the big sound stages at 20th Century Fox, and we were all in the studio together, pretty much. Me and Barbara Goodson and Kerry playing Goldar, Barbara Goodson playing Rita, and me playing Zedd. So they brought us all in together for that.
Who played Ivan Ooze?
Huh?
Who played Ivan Ooze?
Who?
Who played Ivan Ooze? The one that Ivan Ooze?
Ivy Lou?
Ivan Ooze.
Ivan Ooze!
Yeah.
Oh, Paul. I forgot his last name.
That's okay.
Paul something.
Okay.
Good actor. Good actor. British actor. I'm embarrassed to not be able to come up with his last name, but I'll probably think of it in 2 hours while I'm on the toilet or something like that. Yes?
Are you going to need the new MMPR?
The new NMPR?
Yeah.
You mean the fan film?
Yeah.
Well, I did the trailer.
I didn't see the trailer.
Oh, I did the trailer, so I'm waiting to hear from them. It's all dollars and cents, of course. They got to raise the money to do it. They did a real fine job on the trailer. I was very proud of them. It wasn't a schlock. It wasn't a schlock enterprise. So I was a little worried that it would be, but they did a real fine job. So I'm hoping that they go all the way. Another question? Let's move on to the next thing, which is Lord Zedd's first appearance. First time you meet Lord Zedd.
I am Lord Zedd, Emperor of all I see. You have failed to complete the mission assigned to you. I will now resume command. Prepare the planets for my return. I welcome you back, my Emperor. Identify yourself.
Excellency, surely you remember me, Goldar, your faithful servant.
Ah, yes, Goldar, the groveling one.
I surrender myself to serve and obey you only. It is good to have you back, Lord Zedd.
Your spineless, sniveling attitude leads me to believe you will serve me well.
Yes.
For that, I shall restore to you what was once taken away.
Lord Zedd, I thank you. You will not regret this.
See that I don't. Now, where are the earthlings that the incompetent Rita Repulsa was unable to defeat? another chance! I will not fail again! Quiet! Those Power Rangers are nothing but mere infants! You defeated my children! You dare call yourself an Empress of Evil? You are not fit to destroy a cockroach!
I have always said that, my lord.
You cold belly rat! You have made me very angry! Your putties are as useless to me as you are! I have my own army of putties, the likes of which you have never seen!
Of course.
You stupid fool! And now to paralyze them!
Okay. My own putties with muscle shirts. Yeah. Well, that was a good little brisk episode there. If you noticed, they didn't have the camera on Rita full face because they hadn't settled upon, well, they hadn't quite settled upon whether they were going to bring Rita back. That only came later. But they just hired a gal for that one episode, and they just shot mostly over her shoulder. So later on, they auditioned readers, and they got a gal named Carla Perez who did a pretty good job when Rita came back. So that's the skinny on that. Any questions? No? Okay. Yes, sir.
What's the most recent thing you've done?
Most recent thing I've done. I do a lot of Tim and Eric stuff.
Do you?
Yeah. You watch Tim and Eric?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah, I do their show. I've done 3-4 episodes of their show. And check it out with Dr. Steve Brewer.
You check it out, dude.
Yeah, I'm the newsman on the show, Terry Bruce Hippo. Yeah. I'm going to be doing something with them the middle of May, coming up, another show, so that should be fun. And I do a lot of lower budget movies and short films, experimental films, and they pay all right. I don't work for free, but sometimes it's more for the love than the enormous amount of money. I'm going to be doing in a week or so a movie called 1915, which I don't know what it's about yet. I haven't read the script yet, but I just got the part the other day. So that's something to look forward to. And voiceover-wise, I did a video game that's out called, what's it called? Dawn of Darkness. I don't know where it's out or who's got it. A guy in Texas, I auditioned for it online by sending an MP3, and he hired me, and I did all the recording in my own house and just emailed it to him. He was directing me over the phone. It was I never got to meet him, and but it worked out well, and he got what he wanted, and it was grueling. The part was, put it this way, I should have asked him for more money. Because the script just kept going on and on and on and on and on and on. I should have, by rights, asked for double the amount I got. Would have been fair. But live and learn. That's the last video game I did. So, another question? Yes, sir.
What's your favorite quote from Lord Zedd?
Excellent. I like that one. I also like when he says, when I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. When I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. That's one of my favorite lines. That's a funny line. Okay, let's move on to, many people ask me what my favorite episodes are in the show. And a lot of the episodes with the Serpentera are very strong. Serpentera was my Zord. So I liked, there was a lot of strong material in that. So let's take a look at Lord Zedd and Serpentera.
Ooh, how about his is about as mean as Lord Zedd.
That's me on a good hair.
I gotta make him big, and Mambo Hess was a little fool. I gotta make it bigger, because my Lord Zedd is gonna be big on Darth Vader. So I took this guys, and I put it down in the diaphragm, like this, and I took 2 breaths, and I did very quickly, and with all Power Rangers, the earth shall be mine. And I became Lord Zedd.
I can destroy the rest with my eyes closed.
Don't even think about it, Golda. As soon as my newest demon of destruction is fully energized, I will destroy the Power Rangers myself.
They are apparently headed towards the farthest galaxy at light speed.
The farthest galaxy? What could they be possibly going there for?
Maybe a vacation?
Well, what's your opinion? I'll give it to you. They must be going after the Sword of Light. That old fool Zordon thinks he's going to transfer the power to 3 new Rangers. Is Serpentera fully energized?
Armed and ready.
The first mission will be to destroy the Sword of Light. Strut, Babu, take the sleep machine to Earth. With the whole planet knocked out, Zordon will never be able to find new Rangers. Lord Zedd, scourge of the universe, and be famous, or better yet, infamous.
Power levels at maximum, on course for the deserted planet.
We'll wipe it out of the universe, along with the Sword of Light. Blue the air! A mosquito! You're wasting your time, Red Ranger!
A message from Earth evilness. Someone is trying to destroy the sleep machine.
Stop the rotor! Send him the bodies immediately! Find that statue and destroy it! Victory is mine. The entire universe trembles before Lord Zedd. Goodbye, Power Rangers.
All right, there it is. Lord Zedd and Serpentera. Questions? Yes, sir.
And do you still keep up with the, keep in contact with the previous cast of the Power Rangers, or some of them?
Yeah, I see them once in a while at conventions. Mostly at conventions. Yeah. I see Jason David Frank every so often. I see Steve Cardenas a lot. We did a convention together a couple of weeks ago. Where were we? Good question. I got it all written down so I don't have to remember. We were in Texas. Yeah, we were in Texas a couple of weeks ago. Yes. I like it all. I mean, it's all. The movies are sort of nice because they're bigger and they pay more. I got paid pretty well. The problem with the show, we had problems with the show because it was non-union, and we finally unionized the show. The last 3 episodes I did before I was let go were union. So I got 3 episodes that I get residuals on out of 250, 260 episodes that I did altogether between Lord Zedd and Finster. So do the math. But I got paid pretty well. I can't really complain, and I get to do conventions. So that's my residual checks, I guess. But it sure would have been nice to get those. You know, every time an actor works a union job, the employer contributes to his pension and welfare, health and retirement. So it would have been nice to get contributions from the income I made on Power Rangers. But that's life. Luckily, I did enough work that I'll get a pension anyway. Not that I'm ever going to retire. Who retires from acting? It's no point. Another question? Yes, sir. No. I tell you, when I took the pages home, the audition pages home, there was one paragraph basically, one good-sized paragraph, and I worked on it. I developed a voice, working with a tape recorder, and this was before MP3s were invented. This was like the early 90s, mid-90s. When did Lord Zedd happen? 1995? To 95? 94. So I worked with a tape recorder, so I made sure that the voice was comfortable on my throat. I had no idea Lord Zedd was going to last that long. I thought he was a guest one. See, I had done like, and we'll see footage from one of them. I had done guest monsters the first two seasons while I was doing Finster. Finster didn't have very much to do, and Finster was in the upper registers of my voice, like this. L.A. Queen, I'm going to make you some punch monster. That was Finster. So I could get down and get to do Monster of the Day. So they gave me some monsters to do. I did 4. I did Eye Guy. Eye Guy had all these eyes. The 2-headed parrot literally had 2 heads, so I had to have 2 voices for that. Come on, brain. Eye Guy, 2-headed parrot, Grumpo the elf, and the one we're going to see, the Goofish. So I thought the audition for Lord Zedd was coming down with this, at the same time they were auditioning for new monsters. Monsters of the day, or the week. So I asked Scott Page, the producer, if I could read for more monsters. He said, sure. And that's where I found Lord Zedd in this stack of audition papers. I said, who's Lord Zedd? Oh, he's going to be a bad guy. They weren't sure what they were going to do with Lord Zedd. just introduce them and see what happens. So I took it home and it intrigued me. So I literally put aside all the other monsters and worked on Lord Zedd. So I worked on it carefully, developed the voice, and went in and got the part. It took me 3 auditions to get the part. 3 auditions to get all the producers to... I imagine the producers are like bobblehead dolls, sitting around a big table. You got to get all the bobbleheads going up and down to say yes. So it took me 3 auditions to get the bobbleheads going all up and down, going yes, to get the part. So in all that time, I made sure I could maintain the voice. Maybe that's what they were. That's what they weren't sure of, whether I could maintain that voice over a long period of time. But of course, that's part of the job of being a voiceover artist. Is you got to get a voice that you can duplicate and hold for many episodes if you're called upon to do it. And you got to have it at your fingertips because time is money. So they wanted to make sure I had that. I wouldn't have to take 45 minutes in the studio to work up to do the voice, that I could do it instantly. So that's, I guess, what they were unsure of. I don't know. I'm just second guessing. It's pretty silly to second guess it. Needless to say, I got the part. So that's the important thing. And Lord Zedd was around for a good number of episodes, which was also surprising. Yeah. Thank you. Another question? Yes?
Did you ever get a chance to meet the Japanese voice actors? Or work with them?
The Japanese voice actors? No, I've never met them.
Okay.
That would be that's a shame. It would have been nice to meet them. But they were like 10 years ahead of us. We were working on old footage that was done 10 years prior. Chaim Saban had the show for several years. He bought the rights for several years, shopping it around before Fox TV finally bought it and went for it. So these voices had been done, and the Japanese were done in the can for a long period of time. Yes, young lady.
When you first heard of Power Rangers, how long did you think it was going to last? Do you think you would have to follow what it still has today?
No, I had no idea. We thought, in fact, we were just coming off doing 2 shows. One was 104 episodes, which is basically 2 years, and one was 52 episodes, which is also 2 years. Hello Spencer was a Muppet-type puppet show from Germany that we dubbed English. Beautiful show, great show, and very intelligent for kids, and charming characters. And then there was rousing, who was a talking dog, and his best friend was Ratso Katso, a talking cat. So a dog and a cat that had human qualities, and they were owned by Professor Ginny, the local neighborhood genius, and they would get into jams every episode. And, so we had just finished that, and those were finite shows. So we figured the Power Rangers was going to be another 26 episode thing, and then we would be done with it. And but by about the 20th episode, we knew it had taken off like gigantically, and the Saban Entertainment was not prepared for it. They worked those Power Rangers 6-7 days a week to catch up to do, because they were playing a whole episode every day. And so they had to get lots of episodes in the can. they didn't want to start repeating episodes right away. So it was pretty hectic there. Another question? Yes.
During your episodes in Acolyte, what was your most
A little louder?
what was your most exciting episode that you felt you had like 30 so much dreams, like you had so much fun?
Exciting episode?
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming up. Let's play it. Lord Zedd versus the White Ranger. Here we go. Great segue.
Well then, she's counting on a bunch of losers, Tommy, because you and the rest of your cowering cohorts are going to be enslaved to me.
I can smell victory already!
Are you sure you're not just smelling Rita?
Hey, what do you mean? I don't smell. I took a shower last month. What did you do, rejects? Everything is going as planned. I have Kimberly's power coin. Finster is working on a way to siphon off Angel's power, combine it with the Phantom Sword's technology, and bring our new Zords to life. And all I need is 6 pilots to command them.
Just like the Power Rangers.
Yes, of course. The Power Rangers. Rita, being around me is really starting to pay off for you. You've done it again. Yes. Who better to pilot the new Zords than the Power Rangers themselves? Yeah.
You've been hanging around my brother too long, Zeddy!
Think with your brain instead of your mouth for a change. We'll force them to pilot our Zords by dangling the Pink Ranger's welfare in front of them. Then we'll make them destroy Jogo, and the world shall surrender to my will.
Okay, Zeddy, just how are you going to use the Pink Ranger's condition to force those rainbow-colored rejects to be our own personal fighter?
Patience, my little walnut. Just sit back and be awestruck as you watch my ingenious plan unfold. Those Power Rangers won't know what hit them. Let's sink our teeth into it. Behold, Frankenstein! I love watching those adult adolescents get polished off.
You do good work, Ed.
Oh, don't you understand it?
It's dead! Now move out of the way, you big I want to see!
Now, my prickly pear, while Frankenstein is flossing the Rangers, it's time for you to summon Kimberly's feline friend.
Yes! And lure the Pink Ranger out! I knew that kitty would come in handy!
Am I terrific, or am I terrific? Little Ranger, techno time is over. Finster has finished powering up our swords.
Daddy! I still don't understand how you're going to get the Rangers to pilot them!
Yes, your lordship, how? That is the most delicious part of my plan. To know the answer, you must think pink. I'll explain. Think pink. That's a good one. As we speak, I'm draining the power out of the Pink Ranger. Soon, she'll become completely useless to anyone.
We're still trying, Tommy.
Please, allow me to save you the trouble, Rangers.
Oh my gosh. How to get in there? I haven't got a clue.
Your precious Pink Ranger is here with me. I'm having a wonderful time draining all the power out of her body. It's quite a spectator sport. By the end of today, she will no longer be in the pink. In fact, she'll be history. See, she's already sleeping quite comfortably, which is nice work if you can get it.
I demand that you release the Pink Ranger.
Silence! The only one making demands at this point is me.
What do you want?
Teleport me to your command center and I will tell you in person.
The command center is no place for the evil likes of you.
Do it now or risk harm to your precious Kimberly.
Zora, we don't have a choice. We have to. For Kimberly.
I agree with your decision, Tommy. Alpha, you may proceed. with it, Zedd. While you sit there, Kimberly's life is ebbing away.
Not a bad place. A little tacky. When I take over, I'll have my darling wife redecorated. Oh, Alpha, you can come out of hiding.
I don't like you, Ed.
It says you blinking bucket of books, Lord Zedd!
Get on with it, Zedd. What do you want?
All right, Power Rangers, this is your dilemma. You agree to pilot my new fleet of Zords and do all my evil bidding. Or you can refuse my offer, in which case we can all sit around and have a jolly time watching the Pink Ranger race away.
I will never let you get away with this.
Save your breath, Zordon. I'm giving the commands around here. Now, I'll give you a moment to make your decision.
Tom, what do we do? We can't let anything happen to Kimberly. She's one of us.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time's up now, heroes. Or should I say, zeros. Oh, zeros. That's a good one. So now, what did you decide? I can't wait to hear it.
Lord Zedd.
Wise choice, Rangers. You will report for duty at dusk with your new master, me. Get ready for the ride of your lives. See ya.
I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wrong, Ranger. You tried to double-cross me. Now, you and your precious pink princess will perish together!
Back off, Zedd. I'm getting Kimberly out of here. It's morphin' time! Holy Ranger power! That's me! Okay, Zedd. I'm ready for you.
I'm far more powerful than you could ever handle, White Ranger!
We'll just have to see about that now, won't we?
Are those high-odds really necessary? Here, I'll do something. Come and get me. You must be.
That's the best you can do.
You're going to be sorry you said that. Wait till I tell your pink friend how much courage you had at the end.
It doesn't matter what happens to me, Zedd. Kimberly and I may not get out of here, but you'll never be allowed to win.
Down under the tummy.
Get real, Zedd.
Come on, Johnny. You can't be serious with that toy sword.
I don't get more serious than this, Zedd. Bullseye, yes.
Not quite.
It's just like you, cold and slimy.
Why, you power parasite? You'll pay for that!
We still have the Pink Ranger, don't we?
The White Ranger broke my staff and then made off with Kimberly.
Great. Here goes our trump card.
Oh, give me that. They haven't beaten us yet. I still have control of the swords. They will respond only to my evil commands.
Oh, those Rangers ruined everything!
They broke my staff. They stole my swords. If job used to be fun, I want them to pay for making me so miserable.
They already have in a way. We still have Ninja trapped in a bottle. And Sweetie by Kimberly's power coin. Those Rangers are weakened.
There it is. All right. That was Lord Zedd versus the White Ranger. Any questions?
Did you personally know Jordan, Robert,
Bob Manahan?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about him? He passed away? Oh, I didn't know that. Are you sure? sure who's Bob Hannon?
In the year 2000.
Bob Pappenbrook passed away, the fellow who played Rito. Oh, I guess so. Young lady, you have a question?
Him? No.
Yeah. No? Just raising your hand.
I got a question.
Oh, you got a question? Let's hear it.
It's like the Power Ranger because I just watched it a lot of times, and sometimes I don't watch, sometimes I do, and sometimes I watch that.
That's not a question.
Oh. Well, thank you for your comments. It was a comment. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions? All right, let's move on to, let us not forget Finster, the ubiquitous Finster. When the Power Rangers first came down, I was just given the role of Finster in the Power Rangers. They knew I could do it. They knew my range was, I did voices that were usually in the higher registers, like Finster and Ratso Catso. I was Ratso Catso and Wowzer, the show I mentioned earlier, who was a talking cat. He sounded like this, hey Wowzer. And so they knew I could do this Finster guy. So and I was cruising along doing Finster for the first season and a half until and doing some extra monsters on the side too. So let's take a look at Finster.
I did my version of Ted Lehman, and that worked for Finster. Oh, I agree. It's time to make some money. Yes, I do. And I was very comfortable for me. I did my Finster had a few lines every show.
Oh, it's good to be free after 10,000 years.